It's time now to Ask Your Meteorologist with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
All right, this is your first Ask Your Meteorologist with Ryan.
It is, and I'm really happy that he's standing between us.
I have to be the mediator, you know.
That's right.
Keep things sane.
Sometimes Heather just wants to reach over and Ryan will be like, whoa.
Oh my word. Okay, let's get right to the questions, shall we? Okay, first up, I've been seeing a lot of social media posts about a major winter storm this weekend. Is that true? Okay, you being a post I have seen actually.
Yeah, because we're trying to address the issues of that. Sometimes you'll see posts saying there's going to be a foot of snow coming this week. That's just not going to be the case for us here. You'll see certain people post certain things, and you know, that's kind of what I want to address this question.
Okay.
Because I've been getting a lot. I say, you know, Billy Bob's Basement Forecasting Service told me there's a foot of snow coming, and that just doesn't seem to be the case. So let's jump in here and talk about what we've got. First off, let's talk about our timeline for forecasting, what we can look for here when we're predicting weather, whether it's severe weather, winter weather, inclement weather, things like that. When we're at 6 to 8 days out, we're looking for a pattern or a trend. The term we use, it's possible. And yes, we've seen that a storm system is coming these last couple of days. It's possible that something is heading our way. Down the timeline, 4 to 5 days out, that pattern persists. The scenario becomes more plausible here. It's looking more likely, and that's where we're sitting now 4 days out, is it's looking more likely that some sort of impactful system is coming our way. But we don't have those fine details yet. 2 to 3 days out, that's when we start to see those timing and impacts. Our system now gets closer to us. It's on the West Coast. We start getting better data from it here. And this is when we start to look at how we should plan. Now, at this point, we're still at awareness. Something's coming. We'll see how it pans out, but how should we plan is that 2 to 3 day period. And then 1 to 2 days out here, that's our reaction. Okay, next day, 2 days coming. Am I going to have to race Heather to the grocery store for all the bread, milk, and eggs? I don't know. That's what we're looking at, that 1 to 2 days out. Those fine details become much more obvious in this scenario. Again, we're sitting kind of at that 4 day here. We think there'll be rain on Saturday, but then Sunday, it's still a question mark, and therere's still maybe some changes ahead. When we look at that setup
here. Like what time on Sunday? Morning, afternoon,
We're still in that 4 to 5 days, so we can't be quite as specific as we want here. But that Sunday, we kind of narrowed down as the day to watch. So let's talk about that setup here a little bit. First off, you got a lot of moisture coming in from the south with this system, and this low pressure will dive south and come up our way. On the backside, there's cold air coming on in. That overlap, we find ourselves in the middle of it here, and the track of the low will be most important. This far out, 4 or 5 days out, it can still pivot by a few hundred miles one way or another. Further to the west keeps us on the warmer side. Further to the east brings that cold air in a little bit more. Maybe means the wintry threat might be something to look at. You'll see here that upcoming system guidance is suggested, hey, here comes that cold air. We'll start with rain, but maybe on the backside, if we time it out right, maybe there could be a little bit of that wintry mix in place, so that's something that we'll look at. So kind of finalizing here, which side of the low are we on? Does it go overhead? Do we split the difference? That's our question. And based on that path, that will determine whether things are, as I've been saying, a little more mild, maybe a little more wild here.
Kind of reminds me of, you know, that graphic you showed, that collision kind of reminds me of a family gathering.
There you go. Or Heather and I here, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm here,
okay,
right on the line.
We're about out of time.
I've got one more question,
But the last question is, what should we look for when we see weather-related content online? I guess don't trust Billy Bob's Basement?
That's correct. Yeah. So you want to watch that. I'll give you kind of a rundown. Things you should look at for when you're dealing with a meteorologist or dealing with weather information online. So I call them social media orologists here. Anyone can get weather data. They can. They just find data and throw it up there. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Doesn't mean you have to share posts that are raw model data showing feet and feet of snow. It's happened a couple times. There was a phantom snowstorm on Thanksgiving Friday that didn't happen online. Social media orologists were predicting that. Show you care, beware the share. Just because it looks dangerous, looks scary, doesn't mean you have to share that here. The question you should ask is, who posted that information? Is it just a generic name of some place, or is it someone you know and trust, someone who's on TV? And then don't forget, on social media, the good thing about that, represent your community. Send us, when you do get events, when you do get pictures, send them our way, but just to be aware of who is sharing that weather information. Of course, our whole team.
Good advice for anything you post.
That's true, yeah.
Here, and I could be a social media orologist.
You could. You just go online and throw
let's save that for another time. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. If you have a question for Jacob, there's the ways you can connect with him, and we'll see what he has in store for us next week.